Okay, let's talk about it. Trying to find help for anxiety, especially in a city as intense as New York, man, it can feel like a challenge all on its own. But if you're looking for a path forward, you are in exactly the right spot. Today, we're going to map out how to find treatment that actually works and lasts. And you know what? That feeling of being overwhelmed is completely 100% understandable. The city's got this energy, right? It can be draining. And then when you look for help, the sheer number of options can feel paralyzing. Our whole goal here is to cut through all that noise and give you a clear, actionable roadmap to getting better. So let's start with the unique challenge of anxiety right here in New York. The interesting thing is, the very same environment that can crank up the stress, it also holds the solution. There are a ton of specialists. The real key is just knowing how to navigate it all. Okay, so who are the people that can actually help? Let's break down the different kinds of professionals who can be your guide on this journey. First things first, let's clear up something that trips a lot of people up. What's the difference between a psychologist and a psychiatrist? Well, think of it this way. A psychologist is your expert in psychotherapy, that's talk therapy, and behavioral strategies. A psychiatrist, on the other hand, is a medical doctor, an MD. That means they can diagnose complex conditions, and this is the big one, they can manage your medication. Just understanding that distinction is a huge first step in knowing who to call. And here's something really important. No matter who you see, quality care always starts with a thorough evaluation. A good provider won't just chat with you. They're going to use structured, standardized assessment tools to get a complete picture of your history and symptoms. This makes sure your treatment plan is built on actual data, not just guesswork. So once you have that diagnosis, it's time to build your treatment toolkit. And I love that phrase, toolkit, because that's exactly what it is, a set of proven, powerful strategies that can include both therapy and, if it makes sense for you, medication. A real cornerstone of anxiety treatment is something called cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. It's an incredibly effective approach that helps you learn to identify and sort of reframe those distorted thought patterns we all get stuck in. So, for example, instead of thinking, I bombed that presentation, I'm a total failure, CBT helps you shift to, okay, I can improve on a few things for next time. It's about changing your thoughts to change your reality. Another powerful tool in the kit is dialectical behavior therapy, or DBT. Now, if CBT is focused on your thoughts, DBT is amazing for building practical, real-world skills. It helps you learn how to regulate your emotions better, how to tolerate those really tough moments without making things worse, and how to improve your relationships. It's all about building a toolbox of coping skills you can actually use day to day. Now, let's talk for a minute about the role of medication. For many, many people, it is a vital tool, especially when it's combined with therapy. You might have heard of medications like SSRIs. They work to help balance your brain chemistry. The really important thing to remember, though, is that it takes time to work. It requires patience. And that's exactly why consistent monitoring by your psychiatrist is so vital, to get that dosage just right for you. I know, that might sound like a lot of information, but the process of actually getting started is very structured. This isn't some random, confusing journey. There's a clear path to follow as you begin your recovery. The path to recovery really does follow a clear structure. It all starts with an initial screening, a quick intake call, or maybe a self-assessment to figure out the primary symptoms. Then you move to a formal diagnostic evaluation with a licensed professional. From there, you'll actually collaborate with your provider to create a personalized treatment plan. Then comes the work, attending your sessions, practicing new skills. And finally, you'll review your progress regularly, maybe every 90 days or so, to make any adjustments. See, it's a manageable, step-by-step process. And hey, while telehealth is super convenient, there is a unique power in in-person sessions. A therapist can pick up on all those subtle, nonverbal cues, things you might not even be aware you're communicating. And that deeper level of observation, it's often the key to building a really strong, trusting connection. You know, the ultimate goal isn't just to get through a crisis. It's to build long-term stability so you can actually thrive. It's about developing the resilience you need to maintain a balanced life long after you've wrapped up your initial phase of treatment. It's also really important to know that your care can and should be customized to what you need. Standard outpatient care might be a weekly session, but for more intensive support, a hybrid model can offer multiple sessions, digital check-ins, and a whole integrated team focused on reducing your symptoms. Your plan should fit your life, not the other way around.
And please remember, achieving that long-term stability is about more than just therapy sessions. Recovery is not a straight line. It takes being vigilant about things like your sleep and nutrition, because all those little daily habits have a huge impact on regulating your nervous system. Professional treatment gives you the framework and the support to help you manage all those pieces effectively.
So I really hope you remember this. Just by watching this, just by considering your options, you have already taken a powerful first step. Choosing to seek help is a direct investment in your own well-being, in a healthier, more balanced life. And that really just leaves us with one final thought. It's a question for you to reflect on. You now have the map. You understand the landscape. You know the tools, and you've seen the steps. So the only question left is, are you ready to take that first step?